So today we're going to talk about how to pick the right search terms for a Google search. So let's, for example, I want to find out how to tie my shoes. My search terms would be how to tie shoes. If I were to search for something, say how to ride an elephant, that would not be a good search terms for learning how to tie my shoes because I'm searching about how to ride an elephant and not about how to tie my shoes. So it's really important that you choose the right keywords when you're making a Google search. Now, before we get on to that, what's going to be very helpful to learn is how Google actually makes your searches. So we'll watch a quick video on this, but before we watch a quick video, what's really going to help is learning what an index is. Now, an index is basically, if you've ever looked in the back of a book, there's got a whole bunch of words in the back there and tells you what page you can find those words. So say it's got the word cat on it, you can find it page 2 and 7. Got the word balloon, you'll find it on page 9 and 11. You can find all that information you're looking for in an index, and that's going to be incredibly helpful when it comes to understanding this video. So let's watch.
Hi, my name is Matt Cutts. I'm an engineer in the quality group at Google, and I'd like to talk today about what happens when you do a web search. The first thing to understand is that when you do a Google search, you aren't actually searching the web. You're searching Google's index of the web, or at least as much of it as we can find. We do this with software programs called spiders. Spiders start by fetching a few web pages. Then they follow the links on those pages and fetch the pages they point to, and follow all the links on those pages and fetch the pages they link to, and so on until we've indexed a pretty big chunk of the web. Many billions of pages stored across thousands of machines. Now, suppose I want to know how fast a cheetah can run. I type in my search, say cheetah, running, speed, and hit return. Our software searches our index to find every page that includes those search terms. In this case, there are hundreds of thousands of possible results. How does Google decide which few documents I really want? By asking questions, more than 200 of them, like, how many times does this page contain your keywords? Do the words appear in the title? In the URL? Directly adjacent? Does the page include synonyms for those words? Is this page from a quality website, or is it low quality, even spammy? What is this page's page rank? That's a formula invented by our founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin that rates a web page's importance by looking at how many outside links point to it and how important those links are. Finally, we combine all those factors together to produce each page's overall score and send you back your search results about half a second after you submit your search.
So as Mr. Matt Cutts said, Google essentially makes an index or a library of the internet. So whenever you're making a search, you're searching Google's index. So let's try searching for something together. Now let's say we start with this query here. What food does Tyson like best? And if you've ever read the Percy Jackson series, this is the Tyson or the Cyclops that I'm referring to here. So we want to figure out what food does Tyson from Percy Jackson like best. So we go to Google and we search, what food does Tyson like best? And we come up with, Tyson Foods looks like a steal at current levels. How does Tyson Foods boost returns? Tyson Foods jobs, not very helpful. So that means we had really bad keywords. So let's go back and rephrase these a bit. So let's look at what food does Tyson like best? Well, when we pull out keywords, we might get food, Tyson, and like best. Those are all very, very critical. Is what important to what we're searching for? Not really. And does is also not important for what we're searching for. Now we can also find a bit more specific information. Like best, favorite is more specific. And we should also make sure that we include Percy Jackson in this, because currently we're searching for food Tyson favorite. That would mean we're searching for the favorite food of all Tysons in the world. But we want to find Tyson from Percy Jackson. So instead, let's make sure that we search for Tyson's favorite food, Percy Jackson. Let's see what comes up. So when we search for Tyson favorite food, Percy Jackson, we find out that Tyson Camp Half-Blood Wiki. Oh, okay, Percy Jackson wasn't doing enough for Tyson, and peanut butter is his favorite food. Awesome, so we found the answer we were looking for simply by making a much more refined search terms by having proper keywords. Let's compare those two. What food does Tyson like best? Tyson food looks like a steal, not helpful. Tyson favorite food, Percy Jackson. We actually found our answer. So let's try another one. My 3-year-old cow has blisters on his tongue. What's wrong with it? So when we make a Google search, Google's going to search for every single individual word that you put on your search query. So my 3-year-old, it's going to search for every single one of those. That's not incredibly important to this search, but cow, blistered, tongue, and sick is really important. With it is not important, on its is not important. Typing in a full sentence on a Google search is going to produce worse results than a very specific search result. Let's try another one. I heard there is an empty town in the San Francisco Bay. What is it called? Okay, well, I heard there is an. Google's going to search for every single website that includes I, every website that includes heard, every website that includes there. So those are not very helpful. We need to make sure we include very specific words for what we're looking for. So maybe ghost town, San Francisco Bay. That will actually give us the answer we're looking for. A few things that are really going to help you with what matters most in your search. Every single word matters. The order matters. Don't worry about capitals, and punctuation also doesn't matter. So for example, with every single word matters, take a look what happens when I search for WHO. I get the World Health Organization. If I add a single word, The Who, I now get the 1960s rock band. Watch if I add another single word, Ahoo. Now I get Horton-Hears Ahoo. So if I search for just adding in one word that doesn't seem like it would matter, it completely changed the search results. It's very important what keywords you put in, and every single word matters. Word order also matters. Check out what happens when I search for blue sky. I get a bunch of Chinese restaurants. But if I search for sky blue, I get pictures of a blue sky. So word order is incredibly important. Last thing, special characters don't matter. Red, comma, delicious percentage apple, question mark, still searches for red delicious apple. Now, a more advanced skill that's really going to help you with your Google search is learning words to improve your next search. So let's say I want to figure out what the thing on the end of my shoelace is called and who invented that. So that's a 2-part question. First thing I need to do is I need to search for thing end of shoelace. And I found out this is called an egglet. Now I can take what I learned here, a new word or some new pieces of information, I can search for something new. We can improve our search with that. Who invented egglet? Harvey Kennedy. I could also search for egglet inventor. That would be more specific too. Okay, so let's try one together. Let's say that your friend asks you, the actor who played Tony Stark, how old is he? This is actually a 2-part question. Part 1 is who played Tony Stark, and part 2 is how old is that actor. If I were to put all of this into one question, I'm probably not going to find my answer. So I need to be a little more specific and break up my question into a couple different parts. Let's try that out. Alright, so we've got a new Google search here, and let's start with our 2-part search. First, we want to figure out who played Tony Stark. So we want to say actor Tony Stark. So instead of searching for who played Tony Stark, actor is a more specific word because an actor is somebody who will play that character. So I'll search for actor Tony Stark, hit return, and we'll find out that, I need to change that to English. We'll find out that, okay, Iron Man played by Robert Downey Jr. So now we want to find out how old is this guy. So I will search for Robert Downey Jr. age. And I'll hit return one more time, and Google's Omnibox will show up and say that he's 53 years old. So we can see that being more specific with our search results will get us a better result.